I'm so confused with the state of the world, or at least the country at the moment. I thought we were in some tough times. Everybody's complaining about inflation and all that stuff. I thought that was the narrative. It ain't the narrative for a lot of people. It feels like one big deception. On one hand, I know people are struggling out here. And then on the other hand, I see people with their money right. There's money out here somewhere. Some of us aren't privy to it. I just went to the mall a few weekends ago, and a lot of you not. I saw people leaving the mall with bags. Are people out here really getting money? Welcome back to the channel. This Can I Be Earnest? For those of you who are new to the channel, when I'm not doing videos of interest, I'm usually doing some type of social commentary. Sometimes from the park. Why? Because everyone else does. You see the title. Where are the jobs? Where are they? Now that the election hoopla is over with, we have a new commander-in-chief. Where are the jobs? Don't tell me there's a bunch of jobs out here. Those are lies. So when people say there are jobs out here, they're talking Amazon, FedEx, warehouse roles. And those are jobs, of course. But where are the high-paying jobs at? With inflation and everything going on, where are the high-paying jobs at? Notice how everyone is burned out from their 9 to 5 or whatever work they do. A lot of people are burned out. I don't want to say most, because we haven't taken a toll on the whole population. But it seems like a lot of people are burned out. So they're running to platforms like YouTube, TikTok, whatever, trying to make a name for themselves. Even stealing content and pretending it's their own just to get traction and to get to the bag faster. That's telling, if you ask me, that there are people out here so fed up with the current state of employment where they're just hopping on platforms hoping to make a quick buck and do this for a lifetime or until they reach, whatever goal they need to reach financially, where they're willing to steal content just to get to their goals quicker. But the jobs aren't there. And if they are, there's some kind of trickery going on. Because when you look at these job boards, I'm trying to tell you, you can check every box and not get a phone call. The only way you don't get a phone call is usually because the competition's fierce. So if you check every box on what the job entails and you're not getting a phone call, the thought is that it's a competitive market. Is it? I just went to the mall a few weekends ago, and a lot of you not. I saw people leaving the mall with bags. I mean bags, multiple bags in each hand. Not one person, not two people, tens of people. Anytime I took a look at the exit, there was somebody leaving with a bunch of bags. There's money out here somewhere. Some of us aren't privy to it. I don't know if there's a lot of scamming going on. I mean, I know there is a lot of scamming going on, but I don't want to assume everybody's doing that. Are people out here really getting money? Now, a lot of the people leaving with bags were women. And I got to be honest, and we all judge in some capacity, but a lot of these women didn't look like people that were high earners, let's just say. They just didn't. We judge books by their cover at times. We just do. We can pretend we don't, but we do sometimes. Sometimes you can look at somebody and be like, okay, whatever you base it on, maybe their style of dress, their vehicle, whatever. Sometimes somebody looks okay. They look the role. All right, they're doing well for themselves. But these people didn't look like they were, sitting around with hundreds of thousands in their bank account and, nice paying jobs. But neither here nor there. Point being, they were leaving the mall with bags. And I saw some designer bags at that. And I'm just like, yo, I'm not in people's pockets because I just choose not to be. It's not a healthy practice. Do your own thing, get your own money, and worry about yourself. However, during my, observation, I'm just saying to myself, what are they doing? Are these the same people that we'll see in these fancy buildings, coming out Monday through Friday? Are these people that work in warehouses? Like, what's happening? I'm so confused with the state of the world, or at least the country at the moment. It feels like one big deception. Like, on one hand, I know people are struggling out here, with inflation and just everything going around, maybe not being able to work. And then on the other hand, I see people with their money right. I don't want to hear about, OnlyFans. I don't want to hear about all these other situations, because not everybody's making money on these platforms. If you don't have subscribers on, say, that site, you ain't getting money. How you getting money? If you got if you got 2 or 3 people in rotation who pay for monthly subscriptions, is that enough to afford your lifestyle? I don't think so. So I don't want to just throw people under the bus and say, oh, she must be on OnlyFans. Nah, she's doing something. Could she be collecting checks, child support, alimony, perhaps? But something's going on. And I feel like the truth needs to be told. Like, I just do. But again, back to the job boards. You go on these job boards, and I see it. People apply to hundreds, maybe thousands of positions and might get 2 phone calls. It's happened to me. And you're just like, stop it. Stop playing games. Like, this is clearly a game. When people say we live in a simulation and all that stuff, I kind of believe it now. How do you bust your ass education-wise, do whatever it takes to get to where you need to be, and then you throw yourself out there on the market? You put yourself out there. Hey, I'm looking for work. And you got jobs telling you you're not qualified, or they found a better applicant, or whatever the case. How is that possible? Or when they ask for your required salary and you dumb it down. You dumb it down because you're leery. You're saying to yourself, oh, if I put what I really want or what I'm really worth, they're not going to call. So you're even willing to lower your salary to get that call. And you don't get the call. What's happening? I need answers. And I don't know if the president does anything about this. Again, when the president talks about there's jobs, oh, I've added 10,000 jobs, I've added 100,000 jobs, most of these jobs are blue collar. What about those who don't want to do blue collar? Who don't want to be in the field all day? So I know there's this whole mass exodus of 9 to 5s, people not wanting to be in the office building. But are those jobs increasing or not? Where are those jobs at? And how are these jobs able to set these salaries? You could refresh your Indeed and your LinkedIn 24 hours a day. You could just keep refreshing your screen and you'll see all these jobs popping up. Sometimes the scams from the non-scams. But you can just keep refreshing your screen, throw yourself out there, and then you're just hopeless. You're just sitting back waiting for weeks, months. Sometimes you don't get anything. It's one big game show, life. It's a part of my whole life is funnier than Kevin Hart thing. This is tied into that. So again, you have a whole bunch of people now hopping on these social media platforms, trying to find their way, trying to figure this out, stealing content, doing things that they typically wouldn't do just because they're trying to get to that finish line. I gotta get 4,000 watch hours. I gotta get 1,000 subscribers. I gotta start getting some Google AdSense because the other stuff ain't working. There are some of us who want to work 9 to 5s or any job, any shift, but you're not getting the phone call. So your only hope are odd-end jobs or hoping to become YouTube rich or TikTok rich. I'm not on TikTok, but I hear you can make money on there too. Weird times, man. Weird times. There's definitely something going on. There's something happening. There's something. A homie of mine told me recently, he was like, yo, there's money out here. And he was like, I'm not getting it though. And I'm like, yo, where though? Where? And it's not all about money. We know that. Life is much greater than, worrying about money 24/7. When you don't worry about money, that's usually when it finds its way to you. These are just lessons of life that you learn over time. If you're money hungry and you get to the bag, cool. Sometimes you don't have to get to the bag. The bag finds you. But man, that mall was packed. When people tell me the malls are dead, where? Tell me where. Mall was packed. Designer bags left and right. People going home and I'm seeing luxury cars all in the mall, all that. Could have fooled me. I thought we were in some tough times. Everybody's complaining about inflation and all that stuff. I thought that was the narrative. It ain't the narrative for a lot of people. If you're getting money and you don't want to share, that's fine. I'm with that. You don't gotta tell everybody, especially on these platforms. If you know, I get it. Anyway, just something I've been observing over the last few weeks. I just wanted to get somebody's feedback. I wanted to know what's going on. Are people realizing the same things I'm realizing? Am I bugging out? I don't know. There's money out here. People are getting to the bag. Jobs aren't hiring, but most people have jobs. Maybe most people don't have jobs. I'm so confused.